Hello everyone, welcome to another Pick a Deck reading. This one we're going to tune into speaking with mom. So this can be your mom's soul if she's crossed over and kind of getting advice from her. Or it could be your mom who is still with you, and then in your daily life. Maybe you're estranged or distant, or just hear things that she's not really saying to you. So I am an organic reader, so please check the timestamps below in the video description if you just want to hop ahead. Or you can pause the video here to see which deck you tune into. But otherwise, I'm going to kind of jump in and start with the first deck here. And move it to this side. So we're just going to focus in here mostly on mom and sort of her heart center here. If the charms do kind of draw me elsewhere, we'll go ahead and drop, but we'll kind of focus in over here. So we'll do charms first. Okay. So the charms are just going to help us kind of get a sense of the main conversation thread with mom, the main topics, the main messages, and then we'll use the tarot cards to complement. I'm just going to pause. I'm feeling charms coming. So a lot of focus over here about feeling worthy for yourself, feeling your value. I'm just checking to see if I'm drawn anywhere else. No. Okay. So it looks like deck number one here is going to be focusing on you. Maybe how you're feeling at this time, or where you're at. I'm just fixing these charms up, making sure they're all placed where they wanted them. Okay. I'm going to leave that one because it felt like an arrow, and it does say follow your heart with the heart. So that one feels intentional there. So, okay. So let's get some cards. Woo! Okay. The moms are excited to talk in this group. Okay. So let's see what they want to chat with you about. I'm not shocked to see sort of feeling of worthiness. That's come out a lot in the monthly readings as well. For June, there's sort of this collective tough period of time, April, May, June, that I feel quite a few of us went through. And maybe that's why mom's coming out to comment on this and remind you of, who you are, the gifts and values that you bring. I'm just going to move the charms out of the way as well, just so we have more room for cards. All right. Maybe I'll make the charms more kind of front and center, and then we'll just put the cards around them. Okay. Not sure why they kind of did two piles. It's one conversation, but I won't argue with rhyme or reason. Okay, so I'm going to start where I was drawn to with this feeling worthy because you are. And my 2018 is an indicator of this being a milestone moment for you, a very significant period. So either year, month, or kind of chapter or stage or phase in your lifetime. But they're really focusing in here on the present day, like you're in your milestone moment here. So maybe that's why you're waning a little bit, right? Self-doubt, lack of self-confidence. That's an easy space for us to slip into when we're overcoming or either starting something new, overcoming a challenge that we've just come out of. So there is acknowledgement here of you doing something fairly significant, pretty profound enough that it's, like I said, it's a milestone moment. It's going to be, something you mark down in your history books, right? You'll look back on this moment. It's not something that you're going to forget about. Our mothers have chosen the campfire here. And this is to draw your focus. We stare into the flames, candlelight, fireplaces, open fire like this campfire here. So she is drawing in your attention. She wants you to focus in on your self-worth, your value, your self-confidence again, your self-esteem. This is also a caution about, not really a caution, but like a reminder of past experiences or habits, and kind of encouraging to burn that bridge. So if you've before have delayed yourself or walked away from an opportunity because of this feeling, they want you to learn from that and not repeat that behavior. And they are pairing that with what I read as my health symbol here. So you could actually be feeling some physical health symptoms, sleep or lack of sleep, like feeling tired, lethargic. That's really coming to mind here. So stress could be impacting you physically, especially since a lot of this is the mind space. So, getting tired. So lack of focus, right? Absent-mindedness. So again, they're calling your focus here. Catching yourself sort of just spacing out, not really being in the present, because they're calling you back here. So interesting place to kind of start there. I think I'm coming down here before I jump into some cards here, because they're asking you to focus. I was talking about looking back here, like this is a milestone moment that you'll look back on fondly. And they actually touched on step back and kind of look at the situation we had here with learning from past experiences. So with it pointing to follow your heart. So again, there's this call back to, encouragement to not fall into this bad habit of, second guessing your decisions maybe, or like the sense of unworthiness could be maybe a headspace that you struggle with, something that you fall into. Like mother knows best, right? So she would have seen you and observed you and knows your bright personality and doesn't want to see you kind of going more quiet, more timid. Maybe you're more reserved. Maybe you're shutting off a little bit, and they want you to kind of move forward. Following your heart makes me feel kind of like you're closing off a bit. And my heart inside a heart. So the outside heart is dotted. It's purposely not formed. So that's usually discovering a new passion, start of a new relationship, opening yourself up to something, just being open-minded, less sheltered. And I was talking about some quietness, some isolation happening here. And even the sleep is quiet. So maybe you're feeling more reserved, or maybe you've been acting more reserved. Maybe you've been trying to figure out, what your heart's trying to tell you. Right? We go quiet because we're kind of lost. We're not sure what's going on here. So I'm just gonna hop over to the cards. For some reason, I'm not going to the three charms here, so maybe they're related to the cards here. So let's see where we're going here with mom's motivation and sort of her heads up that you're not feeling yourself, and she's very much aware of this. Okay, good. I'm trying to get all three in camera at the same time. Maybe not. Okay. So I'm going to start with this first one that I'm drawn to, because I was talking about feeling unwell, and right away, and I used language and words like mother knows best. So I'm feeling like the soup bowl, right? Or the hot water with the steam for sinuses, right? We put the towel over our heads to help clear. Here it's more of clearing the mind, and we were talking about your mindset here. A lot is on your mind, sort of the quietness, the reserved demeanor that you might be showing, like even her, right? She's quite quiet. She's just in the moment. We have some healing here that Mom is focused on for the clarity of the mind here. Okay, and then that was paired with our light witch here and the moon, which is a source of light, and intuitive messages. And you were drawn here to today's reading to connect with your mom. So you're already following your intuition. Here, your mom's telling you to follow your heart, which is following your intuition. You have Mom here, your guardian angel, with you, tweeting in your ear here, speaking to you at night, right? An owl plus the moon, so your dreamscape, or just when you're in a sort of a quiet, maybe there's a stillness that you're able to find, whether it's out in nature, sitting out in your backyard, whether it is at night when you're just kind of looking up at the night sky. But I do feel like Mom's talking to you here directly, in your heart, through your dreams, through your intuition. Mother might know best, but there's a feeling of you know best as well. Or you just, So there's this loving, healing energy that's coming down to you here. And we saw that here, right? The healing charm. Okay. So I think I'm going to start with this new opportunity because she has a couple, Mom has a couple heads up here, kind of warning charms. The first is about like jealous thoughts, or just being in sort of that kind of jealousy emotional space, and not necessarily jealous, outright jealous, but like envy and being envious. Again, we're coming to this unworthiness. So you might be looking at others and comparing where you're at with them, because we have the shoe, right? So pace of life. And then we have the butterfly here. So, messenger from heaven, kind of standing on your toe here, saying it's okay. And that's maybe why you're struggling right now with your mindset and stuff. Maybe you think your life has paused or isn't moving forward, or you feel like other people are having milestones, but actually this is a milestone year for you as well. You just need to kind of focus and follow your heart, but there's this looking back, right? In order to embrace this new opportunity. So there's this kind of like pause and wait, because they're also holding down your foot here. So this might be a warning to take the time. Like if a new opportunity is presented to you, whether that's career, relationship, it takes many forms, volunteering, an opportunity to travel, to move, whatever it might be. There's this sense of just kind of pause. Your mom wants you to maybe pause, kind of look at it, which is a bit just opposed to my elephant charm, but maybe I'll get into that in a second, because they're actually pulling me down to the owls. So we have calm your thoughts. So yeah, there's this pause, right? And this is my soulmate charm, but with a family reading here, with a mom reading. Again, I called her a messenger from heaven, right? An owl. Now you have more owls. So I would say like your family entourage, all of your ancestors that are up there. They're definitely surrounding you with love and support. Again, sort of this in your dreams, when you're in sort of a moment of solace, when you are calming your thoughts, you should be able to hear and feel all of your loved ones around you and supporting you. But they do want you to pause here. Maybe we'll get some answers in here as to why they want you to pause with this opportunity. And and not kind of just jump in. And maybe it's because they know it's not going to connect with your heart here, right? And maybe you already know that. Maybe that's why we have the dotted line. It's almost like you're forcing yourself to be happy about this, and they don't want you to. Or you're forcing yourself to go along with it, and they don't want you to. So the elephant's about confidence. And we got confidence repeated here, like moving forward with confidence in the right direction. So perhaps there's this pause here on this opportunity because you're already heading in the right direction. So this would be a distraction for you. This would be an influence that will nudge you off your path that you're currently on, right? This direction that you're headed in. And the elephant was pointing at true love here, love and love and love. So, this is a better relationship for you, a better job for you, one that connects with your heart center, a better place to live. Whatever definition of opportunity is for you at this time, don't get swayed. And I guess that's why there's this pause and wait. You might think that this new opportunity is the milestone moment, but you're actually heading towards it now. So don't get deviated. I'm just going to lay them out the way I kind of had them falling. It's interesting, they're like wrapping around you, right? I just noticed I did the same kind of waterfall on that side. So we've got the blanket hug here again, kind of wrapping around you. Okay, so let's see. She's very adamant on where she's focused, right? She's looking through her loop here. She's got her eye on the goal. Her confidant, right? Her spirit guide for the Egyptians here, right? They're cats. We have the angel wings also pointing in that direction. And it's very steadfast. So we're getting the exact same sentiment as our first charm here, the high heel with the butterfly. So they definitely want you to not make any spontaneous decisions, deviations. Don't let anyone or anything kind of sway you off the path. You've clearly made a profound, significant decision here. And they want you to continue to follow that, right? Follow your heart, keep going in the right direction. Your milestone, this is significant. Focus on you, focus on where you're going, and all repeated there. So then we have manifestation and the dreamscape again. Dreams coming true. I had mentioned before, you probably made profound decisions, so you likely already planted the seed. So that's why there's this sit and wait. Usually once we plant a seed, as it relates to manifestation of a dream, there is a period where things are just out of our control, right? We have to leave it up to our angels, to the karmic energies, to bring that dream to fruition. What we need to do is maintain positive thinking, maintain focus on this dream. Again, there's this no deviation. So maybe that's why you've been wanting here a little bit, second guessing yourself, right? The maybe I'm not worthy to obtain this dream. Well, you are. And that's being confirmed here quite strongly by your mother. And then we have the protection guardian. What a beautiful message to end on from mom, right? She's clearly protecting you. Whether she's on this side supporting you, and maybe she's not expressing that to you directly, so that's why you're here at the reading. But if she's crossed over, she's definitely, in this truest sense, your protection guardian, right? She sees your path, she sees your soul plan. That's the eye on the palm. And she's making sure, right, no influences. Nobody's going to deviate my child here. The one that I love from their birthright path. This is their moment. It's coming back to this 2018 as they draw me to the crown here. In the halo around you. This is your moment. You're going to stand tall. You're going to shine. You're going to achieve. You're going to be successful. Whatever this dream is for you. Again, your definition of dream, your definition of what you're looking for, just stay focused on that. Don't deviate. So that's really the message here for this group is, I know, come back to yourself, stay true to your decision and your path, and your dream is about to come true here. You've got a milestone moment coming up. I'm just cleaning up here because I am an organic reader, so you can pop away if you weren't drawn to deck number 2. And if you're not interested in kind of seeing the process here of collecting the charms and getting the cards out, I'm just going to transition now to group number 2, deck number 2, and see what this collection of mother souls have to say. Okay. I'm just going to adjust a bit just in case, just for the charms, just so we can see in case cards come over here. If you're drawn to this deck, we're going to start with the charms first, and then I'll get some tarot cards. So, okay. I am going to focus over Mom's heart first, see if the energies are drawing me here. Okay, we got some movement already. Okay, I will adjust those. I do feel like there was a no. So I don't know if you came to this reading already with a question in mind. But this energy is pretty direct and strong. So I don't know if your mom was a similar way when she kind of spoke to you and engaged with you. Interesting. She's choosing some messages from siblings. So maybe you had a close bond with your mother as well. Like a deeper, kind of closer relationship. Like my parent is also my best friend kind of relationship. So I'm just going to move it over since we're kind of touching the full chart here with this group of moms. And I'll move the charms out of the way so we can use that space for cards. So maybe I'll put cards and cards. Okay, so those feel in the right place. And I'm just going to kind of bring them around the no a little closer so I know they're on the no. Though they're drawing my attention here to the express yourself, so that might be connected. And then we have some thank you and love here. Quite a bit. Peace. A peace offering. Some heartfelt outreach here. And some beautiful transformation and manifestation and good luck. So, all right. See what kind of cards we have to complement here. So there is a watch out about your thinking right now, positive thinking. I can see that on the chart and kind of feel that. Self-sabotage. I'm going to fix that card because I don't feel it's supposed to be, rose-colored glasses on. Sometimes we want to believe something so strongly, so we make ourselves believe it, or we create excuses. Oh, we got quite a few cards that came out. We'll see what they want with the charms over here. It wants me to dig in here. Okay. Woo. All right. I don't know what's going on with group number 2, but your moms are chatty. They've got either they're really trying to make sure that I paint a very clear picture for you. And again, this is if you're not seeing a situation for what it is, emotionally blinded. Sometimes we get so angry or we're so adamant in our version of things that we're not open-minded enough to maybe hear the benefit of the doubt. So let's see where the reading's going. I'm just going to tune in and see which side they want me to start with. I do feel like I'm over here with the very direct that came down, the very direct no. You're not thinking the right way here. So I think I'm going to start with the no. No with the express yourself. So maybe you've incorrectly expressed yourself. I kind of feel that. Like maybe you feel like you did express yourself, but mom is kind of saying not in the right way or not in the best way potentially here. So I've got kind of my bow tie here, my little ribbon, which is about, receiving something unexpected, receiving some news, or it's a warning about a charismatic character, right? Someone who kind of blinds you with gifts and shiny things. So it could be a narcissistic kind of personality in your vibe. Maybe there's someone flaunting some wealth, or this is I'm going to overwhelm you with kind of distractions, right? I'm gonna hug you so tight when I see you, and I'm gonna kind of talk over you when you start talking, so you don't really get a chance to express yourself. Or like, yeah, like I kind of see you being like held and kind of rocked, and it's like, yeah, I hear you. We'll talk about it later, but right now I just want to like be in this moment with you. I just want to like feel your hug, feel you in my arms, like, that's distraction. It's a positive moment, it's a gift because you're like, oh, I'm finally getting to see you, but they're distracting you here. So there's a no, right? There's a red flag here. There's a no on this charismatic person or situation that you're finding yourself in. It could be a situation. It could be um, someone's misleading you with an opportunity, or asking you to, um, I know I invited you here for this, but so and so didn't show up. But let's not waste this time. Let's like it, and it doesn't give you a chance to really ask the questions, put your foot down, and kind of ask the questions, get clarity. And this line is a term about a warning of temptation, seduction, kind of walking away from that, or a warning again that there's some kind of influence here that's shutting you down from expressing yourself. And mom does not like that. So the angel wing, this is a messenger. So whether it's your guardian angel, or your mom, if she's crossed over and not present, because this could just be thoughts that your mom's having and not expressing to you, or is trying to express to you through this reading again, because maybe repetitiveness will work here. But this is a yes. So we have a no and a yes, and the yes is negative feelings or sabotage. So they are indicating here that there is either self-sabotage, so not seeing a situation for what it is and walking away, or this influence, this person, this individual is not a good influence on you in terms of sabotaging, and sabotaging is like delaying your life, right? Delaying you on your path from moving forward, misleading you, playing with your feelings, leading you on, so kind of eating up time, holding you back from other opportunities. And they paired that with the directional arrow that says follow your heart. This charm's all about, go from A to B, go directly from A to B. There's no deviation here, and go where your heart is leading you. So I feel like right now your mind, you're giving into your thoughts, excuses, right? The no, but you're not following your heart. You're not listening to your heart here. Let's see if we can get more of a story to see how it connects with you and relates to you in your specific circumstance. Well, we have the big eye of Metatron here, of your soul, looking back at you. And with the cups in there, these are all our experiences. So I feel like, like there's been moments, there's been these red flags, right? These no's. And for some reason, you're putting them in the back of your mind here, and your mom is trying to bring them forward so that you're looking at them, so that you're seeing them. And see how you're kind of sitting here, kind of sitting steadfast. You have your armor on, you have your shield up. So I definitely feel like maybe over the years, maybe you've been receiving unsolicited advice and it's not been well received. But this time it feels like the story of the boy that cried wolf, right? Kept kind of playing with having the community running to his aid, and then when he did need their aid, they didn't come running. But it feels like the opposite for you. It feels like your mom, your loved ones have been warning you, and you've just been kind of ignoring and sleeping in the field, and then they finally come to warn you like a final time, like, if you don't wake up this time, uh, not only will the wolf get the sheep, right, the sabotage here, but it's going to kind of get you. There's like some major impact to your life plan here, your soul path that they're knocking you off of, because they want you to get back onto your direction here, to see that you're getting pushed off your path. Um, they're blocking you here from following your heart. Okay. Just trying to hold the cards good for you. See how the dragon here is like plunging down, right? It looks like the surface is actually up here, the sun's up here, but they're plunging down to this sun, and that is one of the risks of being in the water, right? For humans, it's getting turned around because we don't know which way's up, which way's down, which way's right, which way's left once we're in that space. We're coming back here to direction. There's also a lot of blue water here. So I do feel like if anything, it's going to be emotions blinding you. Your emotional space is blinding you here. And maybe that's why you're relying on head versus heart. And then look how happy you are. Look what kind of harmony you're in here. When you get rid of all that, you ignore all this incessant distraction that this person gives you, or this environment gives to you right now. Ignore all that out there and just focus in on yourself and what makes your heart sing. For her, it's her music, right? So mom definitely wants you to get away from all this and be done. I was I don't know if you saw it on camera. I was shaking putting the card down. So I don't know if this news makes you nervous. This could be a big change to your lifestyle. This could be a pick up and move, like physical move out of the environment, away from a person, and that can be scary, especially if it's familiar territory, right? But there is this big push here from Mama Bear. Get back on your path. Don't get distracted by this big red flag, by this gifts with no meat to them. There's no depth. There's nothing to it. There's no fulfillment for you. Get rid of all that distraction and focus in on what fulfills you. What makes your heart sing. Okay. So unleash potential. I wonder if I'm coming here first because I was mentioning heart singing, right? Like tapping into what she loves, and then we have unleash your potential, what you love, coming back to yourself. Her armor's off. She's at peace. So I feel like right now maybe you're living life with like this shell around you. Sometimes we can get into environments or relationships where we're just not feeling comfortable. We're never ourselves, or we withhold aspects of ourselves. And your soul and your mom here wants you to look at that and think about that. In terms of unleashing your potential, she is saying that if you do, you're going to lay a really strong foundation here for you. There's sure footing for you. I did mention maybe this is a fearful concept because my hand shook when I was focusing in on, you focusing in on you and doing the best for you. But if you do that, there is a solid foundation there for you. You're not going to falter. Ignore this kind of hole in the middle. I feel like maybe some of you were drawn to that, but it's actually a solid path, like the yellow brick road here, right? So she wants you to get back on that path. She is overwhelming the thank you, giving you love tile, with as many symbols from love in my charms as she can. She has the chubby dove, like chubby bird, which is incoming positive news, a positive messenger. Then she has my dove making peace, bringing in some prosperity here, towards unleashing your potential. So this dove making of peace leads to prosperity. So it could be peace in the mind, peace in the heart, because it's all emotional. So if you can find your emotional peace, or if you can make peace with how you feel regarding your mother, because the outline heart does mean that you are lacking either clarity, information, or satisfaction. I'm going to say satisfaction because I've already mentioned several times they've been guiding me to say you're lacking satisfaction, you're not feeling whole. And so if you make peace with yourself, if you find peace, because again, I don't think you're in a peaceful situation here, or the environment you're in, the connection or relationship that you're in, you're not in a peaceful state more often than not. And she wants you here. And it's really good if you kind of stand tall here, kind of express who you are, and like I said, have the courage and bravery to walk away from all that overwhelming distraction, right? The shower of gifts, without any kind of depth to them, right? Look how thin each of these dragons are. There's not much to them. Just something to look at, right? It's like a parade going by. So on the tile, there's nothing to be fixed. I do feel that's in reference to you. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not broken. Maybe that's why your shield's up. Maybe you think similar to group number 1, you're not worthy. So if that's you and you skipped group number 1, maybe pop back. But on that, we have my beautiful transformation charm. Again, another butterfly from heaven, a messenger from heaven. We've got the wing and we've got the butterfly. All about you showing off who you are, right? The performer here, the butterfly, spreads their wings. Unleash your potential. There's nothing to be fixed here. So again, if this is a work scenario, you're not going to be able to influence your company, right? You're not going to change the environment that you're in. You have no influence over the environment that you're in. So it's time for you to move away. You're not going to be able to change. But luck's on your side with the star charm here. This is good luck, good favor, better, brighter opportunity. Follow the guiding star, right? So again, there's a message of walk away, spread your wings, follow the path to wealth here. Follow your yellow brick road here, which is allowing others to see you. Unleash yourself. Get out from under something. You're under this person if it's a relationship. If it's a work environment or a second environment that you spend a lot of time in, there's other people or something going on that is oppressing you, that's keeping you quiet or removed, kind of pushed aside. Now we're going to dig into this this abundant wealth of cards that Mom gave us here, the other charms. I'm just going to put your emotions over there. Okay. So we've got emotions, we've got carrying a heavy weight around, or feeling chained. Like maybe you feel like you can't leave, right? Oftentimes The looking away is just our own thinking, our own perspective. But what's shining? Again, we have the light. Where did I see that? Right? Swimming to the wrong light. It needs to turn around. Here you need to turn around and go to the right light. So again, direction. And this message of, you're not stuck. You're actually not stuck to this boulder. You can break free. You don't need to carry it with you either. You don't have to bring any of this forward. You can leave it behind. And I was just about to look away to the other cards when they drew me down to the single arrow here, right? Our charm again, direction. Get started, get moving down your path here. Okay. I'm going to put this one down next because look at the difference in demeanor. It's still cups, but he's wearing less armor, right? He just has regular leggings on. He has ornate, he's wearing his like ceremonial outfit, right? Not his go to war outfit. He's calmer. He's raising his glass, right? He's celebrating. He's looking forward, right? He even has a step kind of forward. The water is more green around him, less blue. So there's this very profound kind of significant shift that I even feel in your energy when you do make this decision. When you do have this realization that you can just turn your perspective and see the help that's waiting for you, or whatever it is, right? Whatever this full cup is that's waiting for you, and you can release this burden. Okay. Maybe I'll. Okay. I'm going to go to these two first together because in both, I'm getting a similar story in the sense of how they're both behind these walls, right? These walls of swords, these barriers. I'm just trying to get the camera to focus in closer up here. There we go, nice and crisp for you. Maybe I'll hold it this way so I can point. So I started off with the difference here, and then we have the difference here as well. So, you can stay where you're at. You can stay in this environment and have all these barriers continuously kind of keeping you in, whether it's your own emotional state, etc. Or you can be in a better place and you can just bury those. Look at the garden that's growing around these barriers, right? These influences. Just kind of ignore them. Just again, put them in the past. Nothing's going to be fixed. You're not going to pull these swords out. So just let them kind of fall into the past and let your memories, grow in your awareness. We should always bring things forward, but change your environment. Your head's held high. There's wealth waiting for you. Your angel's back here with its wings, widespread, cheering you on. We saw that here. Very first card I chose, right? Cheers to you, cheering you on. So this seems like a pretty profound decision you need to make in yourself. Bet on yourself here. That's what Mom's saying. You have the ability to break free, right? You have the ability to step forward, to release yourself and bring yourself into this better place. And then here you are soaring, right? You're out of the water. You found your right way up. You found your direction. You found the moonlight. And you're headed straight for it, right? You're headed straight for your dreams. These are dreams come true. This is back on your soul path, right? right? This is you following your guiding star. I had mentioned that when I picked up the good luck here, your transformation, right? Wings wide open, wings wide open. So there's a call here from mom to break free from this person, this environment, and be you, be you. Everything, well, look, I put them both in the center here. So break free from this and be yourself, and you're going to find peace and love and harmony. So all the best of luck to you. I really do hope that you're able to, see these red flags, these signs, right? These signs that you've been kind of putting back into the back of your mind. You kind of know, and step forward and embrace your future path here that's waiting for you. So good luck to all of you, and I'll see you in our next check-in with mom.